can keep the damn camera. Alright. Y'all can't see me now. Alright, well, I'm gonna see if I can stand over here or something. See if they can see me now. Soon. Alright. So, what's good, man? We got Ant, right?
Yes, sir.
We got Ant here. Ant is about to cut off all his hair. So, Ant, you wanna tell him? I just met Ant. My first time meeting Ant. He found me on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Found me on YouTube. Decided to come get a cut. I'm honored that he decided to, you know, bless me with this privilege. So go ahead and tell me why you cutting your hair out, man. What you doing? They gonna be in the comments. Why he cut off all that beautiful hair? They gonna blame me for it. So just go ahead and tell them, you know, why you cut it off.
Going to the Air Force next month.
Okay. Congrats to you, life change.
Yes, sir.
So you nervous?
Yeah, very nervous.
Okay. All right. It's gonna be all good. Tell them what you getting. What kind of cut you getting?
Type of fade.
Okay. How long you been thinking about this? When did you decide to go to Air Force?
I've been thinking about doing the Air Force for a couple of years now, but it's just not all coming together.
Congrats to you. Congrats. All right, well, I mean, really ain't much to say. I mean, we gonna let y'all see. I'm gonna let y'all see how much. Ant got, man, he ain't really hair is hanging out the video. I gotta go let the camera down. Oh yeah, Ant got some hair, man. It's amazing too. Thick, great texture. So we gonna get a taper fade. Get some wavelengths, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. He said his mama nervous. Your pop's nervous?
Everybody nervous.
Oh, yeah, everybody. Huh? We gonna get right, man. At least. So if you wouldn't have been going to the Air Force, would you have cut your hair off? Probably never.
No.
Yeah, okay, well, it's all love. So the least I can do is to make sure that at least the process is smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm gonna do my job, and we're gonna get you right. So let's get to it. Yep. Right. Okay. That's all you. All right, here we go. Hello, welcome back. Time to cut the golden locks. These locks are beautiful, man. Very well maintained, thick, healthy, strong. Time to go. I love this angle because you can actually see what I do and how I cut the locks off. So you'll notice I find out where the lock ends. I twist counterclockwise, see, boom, to verify, because if the lock is locked in that area, it won't really twist. So if you can see, I twist kind of with my thumb and my pointing finger just to find out where the lock twists. Just wanted to point that out to you guys. Just a slight twist. Sometimes I twist a little more just to verify. Very oiled, very well maintained. My boy Ant, 20 years old, going to the Air Force, so it was time for a change. But man, he took care of these joints really, really well. And I was honored to be chosen for this process. He's been DMing me about him. He's never met me, just saw my work. To me, it's always fascinating and amazing, and it shows trust when a person has never met you or seen your work in person, and they decide to come to you. So, you know, I see right there, I keep them very nice and neat. Respect the locks, lay them down. You never know when he's going to use them again. But yeah, so he's getting a taper fade. We turned out doing a 1.5. I originally wanted to do a 2, but once I got his hair cut down and after I washed his hair, I noticed that a 1.5 would be better. Because when you've had locks for so long, it's been 7 years in his case, his hair is all over the place. Even after the wash, it's very dense in certain areas. So I wanted to restructure the hair for him. I wanted him to be able to maintain his hair. Very strong and great texture. But again, his hair is all over the place. So I'll show you guys how to work through those scattered growth patterns. But yeah, man, those locks are dope. Those locks are very dope. See, this is the twist I was telling you about. See, I twist, pull, twist, and I find the location. See, I'm showing you right there. That's kind of where the lock ends. And I cut it right there. Simple as that. What a few other things. In the back here, like 3 or 4 different growth patterns. I'll show you guys how to work through that. Again, just like I stated in my last tutorial with the shag, this requires patience. Anytime you do a drastic transformation like this, it requires patience. That's the most important part of any haircut. Don't panic. Be patient, man. These locks are dope, man. They're so dope. They're thick. I love it, man. I love healthy hair. I love healthy, maintained hair. This young man, he has great things in his future. And you know, this is just a new journey for him in his life. I'm excited for him. You know, it's nothing like just experiencing life. You know, the growth of it, the development of it. So sometimes it starts with a haircut. So you guys watch me cut the locks off. Man, look at that. Look at that. It's already a big difference. It's already a big difference. So I'll be back in a little bit. You guys watch me cut the locks, and I'll see you in a little bit. But see, I'm twisting and pulling. All right, so now that we have all these locks cut off and safely put away, it's time to pick the hair out. That's not dirt that you see. That's just product. He had product in his hair. His hair is very lubricated. So with that being said, I don't have to put water in it. I'm just very gentle. See, I'm pulling out the pick. I'm not actually always pulling up. I pull out if I found a clump. That's the technique so I don't stress the hair. Keep the hair nice and calm, right? All right, so I'm starting with my tool on my magic clip. The reason why the plastic tool is bigger than the metal tool, the detachable tool is smaller, it's more flush, it cuts more hair off. So again, I don't know what's under here, I don't know what swirls, I don't know the growth patterns, so I'm very patient and cautious. So I start with the tool. Once I kind of get a better visual of what's going on, see, I'm looking for any swirls in the front, any cowlicks, don't really see much, kind of see a slight growth pattern to the outer side, but other than that, I'm good. Then I'll come with my tool, my ceramic tool on my on my Andy Supra, which is a detachable clipper, which is a detachable blade. Then I'll wash his hair. I'll notice after I wash his hair is a lot more thick and dense, and it's clumped up more than I thought it would be. So then I'll come with the 1.5. I'm just giving you an overview so you guys will know what I'm doing. All right, so still going with the tool, taking my time now. That's the ceramic tool on the Andy Supra. It's a detachable clipper. That means I can take that blade off and switch it out. It's very strong. These are a 5-speed clipper, so I can slow it down. The slower these clippers run, the less hair they takes off. The faster it runs, the more hair takes off. All right, so even as I cut, I'm watching, I'm spot checking, observant. I'm trying to figure out the growth patterns, anything that might give me an issue, how dense his hair is. And believe it or not, so right now this 1.5, this 2 is looking pretty good. I'm thinking after I wash it, the 2 is gonna lay great. It'll be a great starting point for him. But no, his hair was so dense, and then certain spots were way more dense than others. So I feel like it would be better to start him at a 1.5. I'll show you guys when I'm done. So right now I'm washing. One of the main reasons why I wash, especially doing transformations, is water helps the hair revert back to its natural state. When he's been manipulating his hair, letting it lock for so long, this is the best way to get a great desirable outlook at the end, is by manipulating the hair, getting to revert back to its natural state. So after I wash it, manipulate the hair some, I realized, okay, you know what? That was a little long. His hair is curling up. It's like I said, it's reverting. So a 1.5 will get it to lay down better. It'll help me give him a better finished product, finished outlook. So I go back with the 1.5 on the Andy Supra. I just cut it down, nice and smooth. I'm trying to see what issues I have. I noticed, okay, in the front, like I said, he has a slight cowlick shifting to the right side. In the back, he has like 3 different growth patterns. The middle grows to the side. No, the middle grows kind of up. The left side grows to the right side grows to the left. I'm like, okay, I'm assessing in my mind how I'm going to do this. So it's just about studying the canvas. As you can see, when I work the right side, my light is a little bad, so I'm only going to be showing you guys the left. Pretty much the same. His hair is pretty symmetric on both sides, the growth patterns. So yeah, I'm about to show you guys right about now how we do this taper. So he wants a low ball taper. I pull the mask down, and I start my primary line. My primary line is the first line, which is actually going to blend the hair with the scalp. I do a 2-line system: primary line, secondary line. First line blends the scalp when he gets a ball fade, the scalp with the hair. The second line brings it all together, the secondary line. So nice and flush. I believe in making a flush line. The reason why, because it gives a nice clean fade look, me personally. I never have a fear of how I'm gonna get the line out, because my rule is whatever I put the line in with, I take it out with. Now I'm coming with my Andy's Masters to create that secondary line. Now, see right here, if you look in the middle, at the bottom of that temple, where that secondary line is, you see that thick spot? His hair is so dense in certain areas, it's crazy. Even above the secondary line. Like I said, his hair has just been clumped up for so long, that's what it knows. It's grouped up into sections. So certain areas, when I taper, it's going to require more pressure. Now this is my Bablis FX. I like the clipper, very strong motor. So that's what that's what I'm gonna blend that secondary line in with. Another very important tip that I want to give you guys. If you notice when I taper or when I fade, I use a comb. The reason why, the comb spreads the hair, spaces the hair out, right? When you use a brush, the brush, it clumps the hair together. It gives it a wave. But when you're fading, you want the hair spaced out in sections so that you know how that fade is going to look, how that fade is going to transition. Brushes, I mean, to each his own, but I would prefer if you guys use a comb. Very helpful. Spaces the hair, especially with something like this, because this hair is already clumping. I need to space it. I need to see where my thick spots are, where my thin spots are. I don't need the hair to lay uniformly in the style. I need it to spread evenly into sections, okay? See right now, boom, I'm debulking with my 1.5, and I notice, okay, his hair is kind of thicker right here behind the ear. Very important little steps like that, you guys. So I'm going to debulk with the 1.5. I'm going to come back with the one on the magic clip. Then I'm going to go to my Andes Masters. I love that clipper with no guard because of the range that it has naturally. All right, so you guys watch, and I'll be back. I'm trying to see if there's anything that I want to comment on as we go through. See right now, and I'm just debulking, right? His hair is you're gonna notice his hair is, like I said, is spaced out. He hasn't brushed his hair in 7 years. So I'm just working on making sure that when he decides to brush his hair, he has a clean, even canvas to work from. As you notice, my left hand right there, I'm stretching with my thumb or the palm of my hand, the back side of my palm. I'm stretching this to make my workspace bigger. He has a low ball taper. It's not a large taper, so I need to extend or spread that workspace out. Right here, when I'm going with the grain, just debulking. I'm not just running my clippers anywhere. I'm spot checking. I know exactly where I'm going with that clipper. I'm using the corner of the clipper right now because I see a darker, thicker, more dense area. All right, same thing right here. See, I'm spot checking, or now I'm actually blending the two sections together with my Andes Masters. But use all the tools at your disposal. Use your hand to stretch to make a larger workspace. The lighter the area, the easier to fade. That's why I debulk 1.5, 1. Andes Masters, open, close. I shift and I adjust. Remember, when you taper, taper from the wrist, not from the shoulder. Don't be stiff. Be very agile. Look at my boom. Look at my wrist. Watch my hand. It's my wrist in motion, not my shoulder. Very different. You can actually practice that technique right now while you're watching the video. I want you to act like you're fading from your shoulder, then actually use your wrist. Better wrist motion equals a better fade. I'll be back. All right, so this is where I had to put the work in at. He has so many different growth patterns back here. First, I want to start my primary line, take off all the excess hair. Then after that, I notice, like I said, the hair on the left, it grows out to the left. The hair on the right grows out to the right. Preferably, you would like that all the hair grow down when you're doing a back taper. But life doesn't always give you what you want, right? So this is where technique comes in. Even when I'm making my secondary line, I noticed that a lot of the spots are going to be more dense because of the multiple growth patterns. I have to shift and rotate my clippers the way against the grain that hair grows. So it took a little bit more time, but again, see, watch, as I cut, you can see those thicker spots. Okay, I'm realizing now, okay, growth patterns going a little opposite way, especially in the middle there. Grows up, grows to the side. So it just takes time. All I want to do to get a nice flush look, I want to go, when I actually start to blend it, I just kind of go against the grain of that growth pattern. So if it grows to the left, I kind of fade to the right. Slightly, I use the edge of the clipper. When you have situations like this, and I stretch also. When you stretch the skin, it kind of tightens this. When you stretch the skin, it tightens the skin, and it makes it easier for your clippers or razor to work. Now, when you're doing a back taper or when you're doing any kind of fade where the hair has a different angular growth pattern, using the tip of that blade works out so much, and being very light-handed. The lighter your stroke, the more the hair comes out. When you press firm against that skin, sometimes you're actually working against the blade, right? These are high quality clippers, so it doesn't require much pressure. See right now, boom, I was stretching down. It's just, it gives me a better vision, so I can see better. I just take my time using the tip of the blade, kind of going against. And sometimes you can do like a C motion type of fade. But see, look, I'm using the corner and I'm stretching. All right, you guys watch. So primary line, I'm faded in. I don't fade it away. I fade it in, right? Then I'm gonna come debulk. I'm gonna do like a tiger claw method with the one first. You'll see that's me going down with the grain. I'm trying to remove some of that bulk, remove some of that density. All right, right there at the nape of his neck and the center of his head. All right, so you guys watch me just work this primary line. The primary line, and I'll be back soon. I guess when I say I'm gonna be back in a second, I'll be back in a second. Now, you see this tiger claw method? I'm going down with the grain. Kind of now I'm firm, right? I'm pressing, I kind of want to debulk. I'm doing it in certain areas. Then I'll come back with the 1.5, just to debulk, right? Debulking is if you watch any of my other YouTube videos, you'll know that I talk about debulking a lot. Debulking is basically when you take the thickness out of an area so that way when you fade that area, it makes your job much easier. One of the most difficult things you can do is try to blend or fade a section of the hair that's very thick and bulky. It's an easier chance that you might gap the hair. You won't have to desire a lick. It'll be a bulky fade. For the best smoothest transitions, debulk first. Take the thickness out. It's like using thinning shears on straight hair or loose curly hair, right? Just debulk. Use a bigger guard than what the hair is or an equal size guard and work specific sections. That's what I'm doing. I'm noticing right there on the side of his head, these are the side and the center right above the nape of his neck is where the most dense areas are. So I just work those out. Slower strokes take more hair out. Okay, so I'm going to debulk. Then I'm coming with the one. Then I'm coming with the Andy's Masters Open. You guys watch. I'll be back in a little bit when it's time for the next step. See you soon. Okay, so now it's time for the hot lather. Very, very dope step. Very important actually. Helps to lay the hair down. The lather is really good. It helps swell those cuticles up the outer layer of the hair. Lays it down. I come back with a hot rag. Lay it on there for about 15, 20 seconds. Smooths it out. I could do this before I put the razor on the edge up. On a standard client, I would do it like I said because it swells the cuticles, makes the hair softer for the razor. But like I said, this helps his whole hair lay down. Like I said, his hair is really, his hair is shocked. It hasn't been this low, hasn't been cut in a while, so this helps the transition. All right, so now I have Elegant Shave Gel. I like to put quite a lot. Actually, I'm stuttering. I put quite a bit. It weighs the hair down. It's like a weighted gel. So when I add a lot, the reason why is because, like I said, it weighs the hair down. Now I'm using my razor over comb to kind of debulk the edge up. So his hair is so thick on its edge. Remember we talked about the density. He has a thin spot right there in the left corner of his edge, which is okay. I like to keep it nice and natural. It'll look good. And I just stretch the skin from the top and bottom. The razor works really good on a tight surface. So that's why I stretch from the top and bottom. I make sure to stretch evenly both ways so I don't pull one way or the other, so I don't make his edge up lopsided. And when I do the curve right there, I use the blade handle. I use the blade with no handle. It's a bendable razor, so it helps me get that C motion or that curved angle really well. I'm getting all that hair off this edge up to give it a nice smooth look. After I edge him up in the front, I'll come back with my clippers to get those little hairs, those little stubbles that hang over. All right, you guys watch, and I'll be back soon. All right, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. I did a little back and forth. I did the front side, then I did the back edge. All right, so the back edge, he's keeping natural. He had a lot of baby hair in the back of his ear. So what you do is you try to find the thickest, most dense spots and edge it up there. You don't want to push the edge up too far in and try to make it crispy. Keep it nice and natural. It grows back better, and the hair and the client will appreciate you for it. So just stretch away from the area that you're edging. It'll make a nice tight surface for your edges. Make your job nice and easy. Nothing much to say there. Just be smooth. Don't press too firmly also. You want to have a light, tender hand. You press too aggressively with sharp clippers, you easily can bruise, lacerate the scalp, burn the scalp, skin. You don't want to do that, okay? So be light-handed. You know, the hair and the client will thank you for it. Around the ear, use the corner. Rotate, boom, boom, wrist, thumb, work, all right? So yes, then I come back on the edge up, kind of pull that hair out. See how I combed away from the way that it grows? Just to pull those hairs, because sometimes when the client brushes their hair, they'll brush their hair over the edge up. So to prevent that as much as possible, we want to simulate that and then work from there. All right, see you guys in a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let you guys watch me edge up. Like I said, his edge up was pretty similar on both sides. I didn't show both sides because of lighting. So what you do to one side, you do to the other. So I'll be back when it's time to do the cleanup. See you in a little bit. Also, before I leave, keep forgetting, I'm going to go against the grain with the razor. Get those stubbles. It makes the edge up last longer, and it gives it a nice crunchy, crispy look. All right. Also, another thing I do after I edge it up, I spot check. I go back and hit in certain areas that I find after. See those dense spots? I just go back and hit them. Use the corner of the blade. It's called cleanup work. All right. See you soon. All right, so now we come to a very important part of the haircut, the cleanup. The cleanup. After we did all this hard work, we got it looking great. Looks very smooth. I think this is it came out really good, especially for his first haircut since, maybe what, 7 years? Now it's time to clean up. You look for all those little short hairs, all those little roach legs, and you clean them up. Be very patient. Sometimes you can use your back pinky as a guide. I hope you guys enjoy it. Now it's time to show him his haircut. Here we go. You ready? What, it's been about 7 years?
Yeah.
All right. All right, look at it. No, fuck. I'm finna see the shit. All right, let me stop playing. Here you go.
Dang. Oh, yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What you think? It takes some time to get used to?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Okay.
But yeah, I like this.
Perfect, bro. I'm happy you like it, bro. I got those little spot when you was looking at the mirror, I was looking too. What you expected?
Huh?
Is it what you expected?
Better than what I expected.
Huh?
Better than what I expected.
Man, I appreciate this. What I need to hear right there, bro. It's always, anytime I do some of these, bro, it's always, I'm not gonna say nerve-wracking, but like, you put a lot of trust in me, especially the first time, you know what I'm saying? So, shit, if you love it, if you love it, I love it. Okay?
Right.
Now, you gotta make sure you text me and let me know what your mom and them say.
Yeah, okay.
Go, I gotta go and give you these, kept them nice and neat. Yeah, bro, so that's all you. Show that's all that hair, bro. New beginnings.
Yeah.
All right, man. What's your Instagram name so they can go follow you?
Crip.ant.
All right, Crip.ant. Y'all go follow. I'm gonna put his name in the bio too. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for making the drive. Take care, fam.